In this little section here where the daffodils are, underneath that grid, I remember when you could see the steps that go down there, and there's a tunnel, and the tunnel takes you through the house down to the river, but it also comes back out here and goes down the street, connecting all the shops, but it's been covered up for a few years now. I've come down to Treherbert High Street because I want to get some chicken, but I've just seen that there's an event on over in the library, something about a college I think, so we'll pop over there. But let's go and buy some chicken first for a Sunday lunch, of course. So this used to be the old library now, but it's now part of Welcome to the Woods. And I saw this sign. What's it say here? Black Mountain College. They've got an open day on. We can learn about doing some courses in the Treherbert area. So we'll pop inside and have a look what's going on. Yeah. Oh look, maybe this is part of the skills that you can learn on some of these courses.
Like how you learned about what you needed to learn about.
So yes, this used to be the library, but now it's a sort of community space. And I've just bumped into Felicia. And what's going on then today?
So we're part of Black Mountains College. This is one of our campuses over in Treherbert. We're conducting an open day today to give information about our courses, about the college as a whole, hopefully recruit new students. But yeah, that's what this day is all about. Students come.
So what courses can people do?
So we have two level 2 NVQ courses. So they are Coppicing and Greenwood Trades and horticulture, regenerative horticulture. So those are the two courses that we have here in Treherbert at the moment.
All right. So this is sort of part of Welcome to the Woods.
Yes, we're in partnership with Welcome to Our Woods. They are an incredible partner, so they provide this space to help us learn. And yeah, we've got a couple of other classrooms and fields in the area.
And how can people find out more?
So you can go on our website, Black Mountains College. Otherwise, all of our contact details are all on the website. But other than that, this is our main room in the library, so pop in any time and there'll be someone here to answer any questions.
And it's quite full. I'm quite impressed by how many people have come to have a look. Makes a difference from coming into... In fact, I think I've still got some books I need to bring back to the library here.
My name is Jed Needs and I'm one of the tutors at Black Mountains College, and we're running a level 2 NVQ in green woodwork and coppicing.
So what is that? What is coppicing?
Well, coppicing is a really regenerative way of growing trees, because we use particular species that have got the ability to regrow really fast. So even though you might see a tree cut down to the ground, within 3 or 4 years you'll see new shoots coming out. And those new shoots provide us material to build things and make things. But it also provides habitat for wildlife. So we can increase the biodiversity of a woodland purely by cutting and regrowing, producing fresh material.
Is that how they do those fences?
Yeah.
Because I've seen fences.
That's right. Those are hazel, predominantly hazel fences, and they're split So one of the techniques that the coppicer uses will be to split the hazel rod into half, and that means you've doubled your material, and then with a bit of weaving in between the styles, which are the vertical bits, you can make a nice little fence.
And that's one of the courses that you do here?
It's one of the things that we do, yeah.
Nice. Wow. Nice to see the workers out.
Getting going, man, getting going.
Where's that going now? That can go onto somebody's garden.
It's going to go on the fire.
Ah, yes, that's a good idea. So I've just come over to Cwm Basin, and Ian here is going to take us where? You're taking us into the woods.
I'm just taking you to a little bit of site that we done some management on in 2019. So we've got the tutors from the college with us. So we're just going to take them into a little bit of the woodland that we've started doing some work on, and they're going to be taking over some of that work with the students over the next couple of months.
I remember when this piece in front of us was just a coal tip.
Yes.
And during the summer you could see the steam. During the winter, I mean, you could see the steam coming off it.
Do you remember the nickname for it, Sean? For the
Remind me.
King Kong's arse. The slag heap was called. It looked like two cheeks. It was
Yes.
two mounds that met in the middle, and locally probably still known as King Kong's arse.
And now you've got benches.
We've got some benches up.
Beautiful. This is what the viewers of this haven't seen yet, the valley in the sunshine. So they've got a treat.
They're in for a real treat. Couple of weeks, we can feel it coming. The trees are bursting back into life.
Yeah,
I think.
you'll see me up here in my shorts.
Yeah, definitely. Doing some dipping, Sean?
Oh well, yes.
Lovely.
I might do that at 4 o'clock in the morning when everybody's in bed. So this is the coppice site here, is where the students come and are taught how to coppice. But yes, all this mountain is here for us to discover and for me to rediscover. This is where I grew up as a child. There's loads of little dingle dells, because this used to be where the Lady Margaret Colliery was situated, and before that there was a farmhouse down on the left there. So there's loads to explore. Just look at these old trees with the moss going up them. See, and there's streams all over the place here, hidden away. People going off there to explore the mountains. See, the weather doesn't stop people here. You just need to have the right clothes on. It's great to just be here and to hear the birds as well. I'll just let them go on and have their chat. But yes, the birds are in full voice today. In the early hours of the morning, say 4 to 6, before the village wakes up, it is a riot of sounds. Now, they just told me this is a designated motorbike and cycle route through the woods there. But think, all this was full of coal mines and it'd be a hive of activity. What bird is that? Do you know? Tell me below. There's the train heading up to the station next door to the river. When I started filming back in the 80s on an old VHS recorder. In fact, I convinced the school to buy one. I would be up here doing my films, and that's the plan, is to transfer all those old VHS videos and put them onto this channel, or maybe put them onto my second channel, which is Sean James Cameron Extra Extra, it's called. There'll be a link to that in the video description below. But that is a channel that I've only recently set up, which is for all the things that don't really sit within these vlogs. So, extended version of my drone flights, maybe some archive footage. I plan in the spring. It does feel like the spring is literally about to burst, because you'll find in the valleys that you think spring has gone. You think, where the hell is spring? And all of a sudden it'll just burst and it'll be here. And I feel we're on the cusp now, so maybe within a week all the new shoots will pop out. I've started to see, even in the last 24 hours, a lot of daffodils have started to show their faces. So the trees have fallen down in the winds, but they leave them there so that nature can reclaim them. I'm hoping in the next week, or at least in the next fortnight, I can get off and buy some proper mountain boots. Look at all the moss here. It's amazing. So you can see the ridges of where the coal was dumped years and years and years ago. Because a lot of these trees are fairly new, like planted in the 70s. Because I remember when this side was bare and you could see the heat coming off the coal. I think we've come quite a way now. I can hear the football pitch. See, that's what's amazing. I came out to buy some chicken for my Sunday lunch, and the next thing I've been learning about coppicing, and now I'm on the woods. This is why I need to get these walking boots, because in Wales you always need to be prepared for an adventure. I'm impressed by the amount of benches that I'm finding. This will be a spot I'll come to, sit down, just about see through the trees there, across to Anisavayo Fields and the football pitch. But where the football field is today, there used to be a mountain of coal. That's where the spoil went. And this mountain was so tall, you couldn't have seen anything else. So it would have blocked out the houses, blocked out the mountain that it was so tall. But it was taken down, I think, 60s, and flattened to make a football pitch. And my father was one of the ones that were the driving force behind the local campaign to get it flattened. Now, John Rogers, the YouTuber, would love this bit, but there's water coming out of the mountain and the start of a new stream. You can just see it. There's no pipe there, it is just falling out of the mountain and then starting a new stream, which then goes down the valley. A project that I have in mind, there is a local river here called Celsig, which means sausage, and I was part of the Celsig Amateur Operatic Society back in the 80s and 90s, and I thought in the spring or in the summer it might make a good video to try and find the source of the Celsig. Where does the sausage begin? There's another section of the mountain bike trail up there. Which I know some people might be a bit, we don't want bikes because they churn up the mountain. But if there's a designated path, then walkers and bike riders can be kept apart and then they don't upset each other. Who knows, maybe I'll bring my bike down here and we'll go for a little ramble amongst the trees. Although that looks quite steep up there. And this is the thing. I'm nearly down in Treorchy. I can just about see the villages through the trees there. And this is what I find fascinating, how this is what it used to be like. You wanted to go to the next village, you had to go down and walk through the woods. There's the train heading down to Cardiff, and back in the old days the trains would be heading to Cardiff to take the coal down to the port of Cardiff and then out to the wider world. Well, I'm quite enjoying this unexpected mountain stroll. Beautiful. Nice cafe up here now for a cup of tea. Be wonderful. Look at all these trees that have fallen down in the storm that we had a few months ago. But it makes a wonderful picture, doesn't it? Maybe this is what I need to do. Would people be interested if I started taking good quality pictures and sold them on my blog? Right, I'm not going to go too far, but the thing with Wales is it does pull you in and say, I'm just going to go to the end of this pathway, and then you discover 6 hours later you've walked all over the mountainside. But look now, we've got a crossroads here. Do we go to the left or do we go to the right? I think I will turn around now. But let's just have a quick look up there. Look at the mystery of that path and the adventures that are ahead of us. Now, many years ago, I remember we found a level. And let me get past this bit first. Hold on. Is he going to fall? Place your bets in the description below. Alright. But back in the 80s and 90s, we found a level and you could walk into it, but we only went about 6 foot. And I've never been able to find it since. But Ian's just told me it's down here. So it's covered over now. But it's amazing to think there's all these walkways still within the mountain, because they didn't block them up, they just blocked up the entrances. Look at that. To think of all the hundreds of people that have gone down that level. This is a nice expanse of a space as well, isn't it?
It's one of my favourite little quiet spots in the woods.
Like a little dingle dell.
But a lot of the kids set up little barbecues in the summer up here. You often come and find a couple of deck chairs left here and things like that, but it's, as you can see, they're keeping it nice and tidy. So it's
and you were just saying that there were a set of houses. There was a street here.
There was a street just the other side of the stream here. We've got it still, the remnants of an old ford, so the rights of passage across the river is still there. But yeah, some old cottages here. Apparently, mining family potentially owned, a couple of levels in here and were in here mining.
Wouldn't it be good? I don't know about health and safety, but to at least put a glass door on there with a light, a solar panelled light inside.
I think when the mines closed, I think people were that sick to the stomach that they cleaned this valley and there's very little left of the mine. And I think today we wish that there was a little bit more left for us to understand, so we could understand.
So these trees here, would these have only just been planted about 50 years ago?
Yes, these are 50-year-old. They're Western hemlock. Actually, in Wales, not a very commercial tree. Quite interestingly, the big tree mills in Wales, like the Sitka spruce and larch, they're set up to deal with that material. And actually, I've heard this described as an invasive species. It's a prolific self-seeder. You can't see any here, but if you go up where the margins of this are, you'll see thousands of self-seeding Western hemlock. Even this bit here, just
Look how dark it is.
It's desert inside, isn't it? It needs thinning out, and it's a project we would probably like to come to in the future. It's a little bit.
But look at that there now for a picture of all the roots.
Yes. Look at that.
Got to take a picture of that. So you'll find these pictures over on my Instagram account. I'll put the link in the description below. But look at that there.
Beautiful.
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 But for now, I'm going to head back to the group and then head home for a nice warm cup of tea. So thank you for joining me on this very impromptu walk through the woodland of Cwm Saibren. And I'll catch up with you next time. So from me until then, bye for now.